And if you'll all stand, or probably all stand, let's have a moment of silence, please. Okay, thank you very much. We'll do the pledge, and tonight, Aaron Kirk. Aaron, come right over here if you would, please, and you're now in charge. Go ahead and start, yes.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Aaron. Good job. Karen, thank you, Karen.
She's not here today, huh? I didn't see her.
Yes, you did.
She's
They always do a good job. Oh, those are,
I'm short, sorry.
now, are those 4-H club people? Okay, great, they're kids. So I always appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, next, public info.
We have two.
Who?
First one is Brian Asbury, and he's from Dandridge, and he will be speaking about the rock quarry.
Right, again, if you give your name and your topic right there, you got 3 minutes, okay?
My name's Mike Asbury. It's 1122 West Dumpling Valley Road, right next to Piedmont. Talked to Tommy there one day. We passed. So anyway, my thing about the rock quarry is that about 2 meetings ago or 3 meetings ago, you guys were going to do a resolution. Was it for?
Yeah, last meeting, yes.
So the one before that, you all were going to, I guess 2 of you are going to work up a resolution and bring it in here. And it was like, that meeting, I thought it was rah, 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 as this boom by, this thing's going to pass. Well, you get in here and it comes up and you all turn it down for whatever reason. Somebody told you not to or whatever. I don't understand why you wouldn't do it. But anyway, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to apologize for Doug and Josh for not being here to support them on that night to get that through. And I want to thank them for working on that. Right now y'all know that, the BZA voted that rock quarry. We voted in our favor to overturn Tim Seals. So, and since that's happened, I would like you all to resurrect that resolution and vote that in, if you would. That's all I've got to say.
If I may, and I made the motion to postpone indefinitely, but what that allows is it can be brought back, okay? So the possibility of that, but I think the big thing that night to kind of hit is, we have remodeling going on at Piedmont, and it will be finished at the end of the school year. So then maybe we can better judge the effect that rock quarry is having on the school, because there's so many things going on at the school right now. We can't, we can't make a good judgment of the rock quarry and what effect it's having on the school.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Who's next?
Michelle Jeanette from Dandridge will be talking about House Bill 1202 and Title IX.
Name and topic, please, address.
Michelle, live off Well Springs Road in Dandridge. Doug was able to address some of that, what I had actually written out for my speech, but so I won't really reiterate everything. But I will just reinforce what you were talking about as far as arming the teachers, the option if you want to do that, because we have a unique system of self-governance with personal responsibility. So kids should be learning to revere and cherish our First and Second Amendments, along with obviously the Constitution. And history has proven that when we give away rights of our freedom, our fundamental freedoms to government, it always ends up with serfdom or under tyrannical rule. But my thought, and I sent that to the director, is even if you decide, whether or not, doesn't matter what you decide, would it be maybe not prudent to not announce what your decision is? I know some of the school districts across the state have widely announced what they're doing, but would it not be a good idea to keep quiet on that choice? Maybe even put up some signs like warning, you know, protecting our kids, staff may be armed, and that way, you know, bad guys are notoriously, you know, tend to choose gun-free zones, so if they have that extra deterrent of just even the signs, that might be helpful. As far as Title IX goes, I was gonna talk about that because I would actually like the board and superintendent to pass a resolution. Our state attorney general is leading several states, and there are multiple lawsuits, over 20 states right now, going against this egregious overreach of authority. And I'd like to, you know, maybe have a resolution stating that we won't enforce this because, for one, if this isn't stopped, our girls will be forced to share locker rooms with biological males and be unfairly subjected to competition with biological males in school sports. Biological males competing in girls' sports have won 913 titles in 441 separate competitions in 30 different sports. And that is stealing the opportunities for girls to excel in those fields. And for an example, 5 West Virginia middle school girls right here complained about a biological male competing with their track and field team. They were kicked off the team. So they were punished because they didn't want the biological male competing with them. So again, we know it's a violation of all the progress that women have made in sports over the last few decades, so maybe just consider a resolution of some sort to protect our girls. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That it? We're good? Okay. Next time on the agenda, the first thing we'll need to do is to add those items that I mentioned earlier to the agenda. We can do that one of 2 ways, with a unanimous consent. If it's okay with everybody, we can put those 2 budget amendments that you have copies of added to the agenda and the 2 field trips. If anybody objects, we have to make a motion and vote on it. So we'll start with a unanimous consent first. Any disagreement? None? Hearing none, then we'll add under the heading budget amendments, you want to have Fund 141, Budget Amendment 21, items 1 through 3, and then we'll add Federal Fund 142, Amendment 10, items 1 through 6. So that'll be added. I need to get all the numbers in. Right. And then under field trips, I'm sorry, I should have did this first. We're adding Jefferson County High School Lady Patriots basketball team to a Knoxville camp, right? And so that will be an overnight thing, will it? I didn't.
It is overnight.
It is overnight.
It goes
Okay.
into late.
June 3rd through 5th. Then the other field trip to be added, Jefferson County High School Skills USA, Atlanta, Georgia. And those dates are June the 6th through June 23rd through the 29th. So those have been added to the agenda, right? Now then, under consent agenda, if there is ever a field trip that you would like to pull from that, you can do so without a motion and vote on it separately, or pull it and not vote on it. So kind of keep that in mind and when you look at these. But right now, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Wait a minute, any corrections to the minutes? Anybody? So minutes that I think you got 2 sets of minutes in there for the 4th and the 11th, correct? No, hearing no corrections then, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Doug, is there a second? Okay. So, we have a motion to approve the consent agenda, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll put the question. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, raise your right hand signifying yes. And it is unanimous. Yeah. If I say 7, I mean 5, okay?
Mr. Chairman, did we need to get a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
What?
Did we need to get a motion and a second to
Well,
approve
you're
the
right,
agenda?
that I didn't do that, did I? All right, let's back up then. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? You got Danny, Bill second. Any discussion? Thank you, sir. I'm in a hurry to get out of here. I hear it none, I'll put the question. All those in favor of approving the agenda, raise your right hand, signifying yes, and the motion carries. One of these meetings, I'm gonna finally get it all right. Next on the agenda is committee reports and policy committee, and I'll turn that over to Bill.
On
Since
our
he's chairman of the policy committee.
policy committee, I recommend that we accept policy number 2.702, inventories, 4.700, testing program for second reading.
Does not require a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll put the question. All those in favor of the motion to approve the policy 2.702 and policy 4.700, raise your right hand, signifying yes. And nothing, and the motion carries. Budget amendments, we'll take these separately. Is there a motion to approve General Fund 141 budget amendment number 21, items 1 through 3? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Doug, is there a second? John seconded. Then the discussion or questions about the budget amendment? Hearing none, I'll put the question. All those in favor of approving in General Fund 141 Budget Amendment 21, items 1 through 3, raise your right hand. Signifying a yes vote, and it is unanimous. The motion carries 5-0. Next is there a motion to approve in Federal Funds 142 Amendment number 10, items 1 through 6? Is there a motion? Thank you, Danny. Second? We got Doug on the second. Any discussion or questions concerning this budget amendment? Hearing none, I'll put the question. All those in favor of approving in General Fund 142 Budget Amendment number 10, items 1 through 6, raise your right hand signifying a yes vote. And the motion carries 5-0. All right, unfinished business, we don't have it. Anything, new business, resolution number 2024-125, student nutrition surplus. Is there a motion there on that one?
So moved.
Okay, we've got a motion to approve for resolution number 2024-125, student nutrition surplus material. Is there a second? We got a second. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, I'll put the question. All those in favor of adopting resolution number 2024-125, student nutrition surplus, raise your right hand, signify the yes vote, and the motion carries 5-0. And that concludes the business for the night. We might have set a record, I don't know. Next, school commissioner input. Is this the time where you want to add something to next month's agenda or discuss things we voted on, whatever? The floor is open. Just please ask permission to speak one at a time. Anybody? Yes, sir.
seeing that the school year is wrapping up, I don't know if the various administrators and teachers will be here for our next couple of meetings. I just want to congratulate you on a wonderful year. We've had some wonderful results with the kids this year. We've done some amazing things with the bus program, with the maintenance program. I think it's been a very successful year, and I just want to thank all of the teachers and the staff and the administration for really putting it together this year and doing a wonderful job. Thank you.
That is correct. So the overachieving principals will be back. The lazy ones, you'll see them in September. I'd say you won't see any of them again.
Anybody else?
I have a question. It's not, I don't think I'm wrong, but in the paper today, I saw where the county was $3.7 million short. And I had a commissioner tell me, he said, we're gonna have to go back and start cutting. He's not, there's no cutting involved in school, is there?
The
There-
school budget was passed by
It was
budget
passed,
committee.
what I'm saying.
That's correct.
So any cuts would come from what?
I believe they're looking at the general fund 101, which is the county budget. That's the 3.7 in the negative so far. But it's budget committee and they can make motions
I
and,
just don't understand why that, he made that comment, says, you know, we're gonna have to have some cutting, and I just,
the schools has a maintenance of effort, so, they
We're
can,
covered.
with your revenue, your local
Yeah.
revenue,
That's
they
what
cannot
I-
reduce that.
I didn't wanna comment, but I was thinking.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Jesse, as I recall, the school budget was passed by the budget committee. Has it been passed by the full commission?
No, that's not till June 24th.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and budget committee has 2 more meetings.
Yes.
But they did go ahead, they passed all funds except for the general fund 101
Right.
for county.
But it's still up to the county commission. The county commission, I'm just trying to respond
That's
to
correct.
him.
Budget committee has, they've changed things on the county side in the past. They have 2 more
So the county
meetings.
could still ask for
Um,
Pepsi.
They very well could ask questions going forward on any of the school budgets, but we presented a balanced budget. I'm not sure.
There's no way that with a balance, I mean, if we was over, I can understand that, but
No.
balanced, I don't understand.
It's a balanced budget. They can ask questions, but.
Having waited, they cannot touch federal funds at all, right? They can't cut federal funds out of our budget.
They cannot approve, so we did have that happen this year. They chose not to approve some federal funds that were coming in. So if the county commission votes to not recognize funds, then we as a school system will not receive those funds.
Also, there's maintenance of effort,
Yeah.
which restricts them quite a bit on how deep they can go into our budget.
We
money-wise.
cannot reduce any type of local source of revenue, which is sales tax and, property tax, or your two main ones. The county cannot reduce that.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Yes, sir.
No question, but I should have said it at the last one. I'll say I'm super proud of all these groups that come in here tonight that have won at state, won at nationals and all this. I mean, we ain't no huge county, but we got some real smart kids competing at high levels here, doing some stuff that big counties wish they could. So I'm just super proud of all those that come in here tonight.
I think their leadership contributes, they bring that out, you know. Give credit, give kids all the credit, but they've gotta have leadership too, yes. I agree with you. For a small county, doing an excellent job. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead. Haven't drunk out of that yet, have we? Anything else? Nobody? Is there a motion to adjourn? Got a motion to adjourn, all those in favor, stand up and leave.